No, we can't wait. We're rolling.
Really?
Yep, we're
Dude,
rolling.
that place like 5 seconds every time again. That's fucked. That's
You're listening to episode 5 of the podcast, Think We're Talking Shit, with Spez and Po.
Oh, man, we're fucked on this one. Dude.
Today's topic of discussion.
No discussion, you see me like pull my comb, but nothing come out.
Yeah, I forgot to write something down.
Nah, man,
Yeah, we're totally unprepared.
Yeah, fuck man, we're always unprepared, man. It's like a condom and wallet, man. You're unprepared all the time, you always forget it.
A condom and a wallet is prepared. That's
you keep the condom in your wallet. When the chick sees it, she's like, really? Who do you fucking think you're going to be playing around with? Me? Nah, man, not like that. Everyone's like...
It's better to have it. It's better to not need it and have it, but other than to
need it and not have it.
Yeah, not...
Yeah, you know it.
Yeah, to need it, but not have... Yeah, you got it.
What we need to do is like... I said it last time, electric cars, no one bothered to listen to me. It's a power plant that is perpetual, man. It is perpetual. It takes water and makes from water power. You will not understand it. You will not know why it works so well with mine. But theirs can power up one house. Mine can power up a city block. And they're the same size.
So how does it actually work, the water engine?
It derives air out of the air. It takes the air, extracts the alcohol on the acidic side of it, and then cuts it. And as it does, it fermentates into the air into a pressure device. This pressure device just takes the filter of what's bellowing out of there. You need full biosuits just to walk in there. You have to, otherwise exposure will lead to death. A water engine.
But you put one of these in a car, you don't have to wear...
Yeah, that's pretty much. But like when you're building the production line of it, means that you have to have hazmat protection. Because it's a radio field. It's an electricity signature that's in the air that'll help you live.
So it's good for you.
It is good for you.
It's dangerous.
Like, people say all sorts of stuff in their life, but the truest of the things is it's about life. When it's being made, you have to have some sort of lead suit on to stop the radiation from getting to you. You're definitely not wearing a normal helmet. So you have to wear a certain type of shade. Everything goes to neutral colours, and like a black light, it lights up.
Yep.
And then all you have to do is drip it.
Drip what?
Just drip it. Seriously,
Rip it? Drip it.
Drip it.
Drip. Pop it.
Yeah, drip it.
Twist it.
Take Nil Start and liquid.
Nil Start.
Oh, just don't write these down. Write down the ones that
okay. All right. So
these ones, I just don't want to forget this, but I've got to do it quick. So get.
All right. We're brainstorming how to make a water engine.
NILSTATIN. Aloe vera. Cortisone. Cut it with cortisone. Add it with pseudoephedrine.
Pseudo.
Mix it with dexamphetamines. Get some adrenaline and add that to it too. But these are low ratio drugs that you're going to cross combinate.
What was the last one?
And give it before your kid wakes up in the morning. Open his mouth and throw it in his mouth and wake him up. Let him choke on it if he does. Give him a drink of water and pretend like there's nothing there. If you're smart, you do liquid form.
I feel like this would kill someone.
No, it wouldn't. It'll cure him. We've got a disease going around. It's called COVID. This is the cure to COVID. It will secure.
Aloe vera,
after you've done the cortisone and the Sudafed, switch over to a pure-based amphetamine and then go to an adrenaline. But you want the amphetamine to be the adrenaline. Now, as you do this, all you have to do is have a healthy keto diet. You're going to lose a lot of weight real quick. You're going to lose a lot. So now you need weed from your doctors.
Weed?
You have to get weed. THC to start on you for 1 year and then shift you up so other diseases can be extracted from your body if you do have them.
Right.
And so they become conductivity, and a small swab on the skin can straight away tell you what's wrong with them. And they're like, how the fuck did you do this? And I'm like, the same shit that's in the jails, mate. It scans for the shit. This is a scanner with a different form of light. Black lights are curable for cancer.
So no bleach up the nose or anything like that?
No bleach up the nose. But like, if you cut it, you drink it as a fluid, you give it to them to drink as a fluid, they wake up and they feel good. And then you tell their wife to do it. And then you tell only one wife. So he has to be loyal to that bitch for the rest of his life.
Yeah, because you just cured him from COVID.
Yeah, pretty much. I think he'd be really happy. No disease, mate. It take away your disease. You got ulcers gone. Your blisters gone. Your herpes gone. You got any sexual disease whatsoever gone. All you have to do is add aloe vera and vitamin E cream.
And Nil Startin.
Yes, in the Nilstartan. You have blisters on the inside, you use Nilstartan orally and vaginally. And rectally. But if you're going to do that, you want to go back to Sigma. You have to beg Sigma Laboratories out of East London to re-prescribe the old douches that they made. These have to be produced on a mass scale. We want 40 million of them done by tomorrow.
40 million douches
tomorrow. If no one's listened to this shit, I'm going to laugh at you when you miss out on the Gold Rush prize.
40 million douches by tomorrow.
Yes, by tomorrow. Sigma Laboratories, boom, they just reopened. They just got $450 million on the market.
Let's restart this economy.
Over Blue Scope still building the machines to build this shit, to produce it.
Douches of the future.
Guess what? We just made Port Kembla turn back into a beautiful town. Only people from Port Kembla can work there.
Port Kembla. Thanks to the douches.
Yeah, fucking dead set, man. We gotta rip down those buildings and rebuild them. Take my raps, bro. I love you guys. I miss you guys. I wish I grew up with you. All my friends from the 80s. Dude, I was just sing out to all of you. You know, like, seriously, Brian did it for us all. And then Mr. Marinovic made trillions upon trillions. He is the richest man in this world to this day because he has the patents to over 450,000 albums written that all sold platinum.
All platinum.
He is the richest man on the planet. He doesn't need technology. He just say it and it's done. He owns all your satellites. All those chips come from him. That's 80s work.
Who are we talking about again?
We're using about my old teacher, Mr. Marinovic.
Mr. Marinovic.
He invented the plastic. No, his brother invented Marinovic. Built, you know, the milk bottle?
The Marinovic milk bottle?
Yes, the milk bottle.
Oh, I know the Marinovic milk bottle.
He's the inventor of the milk bottle. He's smart. I love talking with him. He'd always say bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. I'd tell him at the end of the day, fuck man, I should put a bullet in you.
You wouldn't do that to your teacher?
No, that's what he says.
Oh, he said that to you? He said that to the students?
Yeah, no, he didn't. He's
Man,
like,
what kind of school did you go to?
He's laughing, mate. He'd take care of all of us. Because we all did it. He's like, Brian, my teacher goes, Brian, when are you going to be like? And he's like, oh, I don't know. I said, dude, just go make coffee. He's like, fuck, I ain't going to make coffee. I said, make my coffee. You know, what coffee is this? I said, go see my grandma. Get the beans off her. He did. And he planted them. And he planted them. And he planted them. And he planted them. And he didn't give a fuck. He just bought farm after farm after farm of everyone he could. And all he did was plant them.
Plant coffee.
About 5 years into planting them, he became richer than anything you could believe. All off one bag of beans. This guy listened to what I had to say. Did it. And is still in my life. And I have mad respect for him, dude. We all fucking are rich because of him. My mum's Chateau mum. Get in touch with Brian Zarafa. Grade 5. Grade 6. Our teacher was the teacher out of Beetlejuice. The lady that drives off the bridge.
She went off the cliff.
Off the bridge, yeah.
Yep.
That chick is your teacher, bro. You've been there. We've been there. We never stopped. Dude, we need to do something for this planet with the money we have. We need to help change this society. Make people healthy. Make people happy. And then we can go out into the streets and party and do whatever the fuck we like. Because these fucking medications in the right form will freaking kill you with anything.
So how did you come about knowing that Nilstartan, aloe vera, cortisone, Sudafed, and adrenaline was the cure to COVID? How did you find that out?
Taste and food.
Taste and food.
Taste and food.
So it was just trial and error.
I'm gonna smoke this. I don't care. I'm smoke.
So
Look, seriously, alright. This is what's written on the back of a Monster Juice can. This is the devil's elixir. Read it. I don't need to read it. You can read it.
On the eve of October 31st each year, friends and family gather to celebrate Dia de los Muertos. Marigolds, mysticism, and memories combined with food and drink entice the souls of the departed to join the party. Mango Loco is a heavenly blend of exotic juice flavors certain to attract even the most stubborn spirit. Crazy good taste with enough of that monster magic to keep the party going for days.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Are you going to drink this or are you going to just
read the ingredients? I bet you it says sodium benzoate.
You want me to read the ingredients?
Yeah, but
I don't know if I can read half of these.
Yeah. Right, just read
Carbonated water.
Yeah, read the whole lot.
Sucrose. Glucose.
Sure.
mango puree, acidity regulators, citric acid, sodium citrate, potassium citrate, apple juice concentrate, taurine flavors, orange juice concentrate, Panax, ginseng extract, potassium sorbate, sodium benzoate, caffeine, sweetener, sucralose, vitamins, niacin B3, vitamin B6, riboflavin B2, vitamin B12, maltodextrin, guava juice concentrate, inositol, natural colors, carotene, grape skin extract, pineapple juice concentrate, passion fruit juice concentrate, coconut oil, rapeseed oil, modified starch, starch, sodium octanol, succinate, salt, gluconeurolactone, and guarana extract. He wants me to read the ingredients.
People want to pay money to listen to that.
They lap it up.
Oh.
Some people can't read. Can't read the back of the ingredients.
PT too long.
Pull up a seat. We've been waiting for you. We've been waiting. We're now 10 minutes in, and you're 10 minutes late to the podcast.
Your Fruit Loops. Oh, there we go.
Hey, so it says, I'm not paying you anything for that packet. You can go fuck yourself.
I want 150 for half that.
All right. Go on. 150. You have to shuffle around.
No, I don't want to go on camera.
You got to sit here.
All right, I'll come back. But if I'm going, no. Wait till I get my telephone.
All right.
I'll come back.
Half the shit in there is designed to kill skin diseases. Guess what? They just made it orally.
Skin diseases?
It's the plateau of inducing an effect of the spirits.
Okay.
You have the threat of having scabies live on the inside of you.
I don't want scabies.
Yeah, fuck mate.
I don't want that.
Yeah, it's one fucking saying,
No, man,
mate.
that's
Sodium
fucked.
benzoate, straight body lice, scabies. Just that.
From
and
this?
they use it as a preservative so the bugs don't get into it. So you drink it and then you get bugs attack you and you drink this more, it makes you feel better. But as you go along, it gets progressively
Does
greater.
that kill the bugs, or does that harbour the bugs?
That start, you don't know what's in it, don't drink it.
Well, I know what's in it now because I just read
Woolworths
it.
fucking orange juice. Bring that shit back, man. I love that shit. I would if I made $1 million on it. I will take $1,100,000. So $110,000 to fucking buy everything that needs to go into the orange drinks and start a new factory in Townsville. It's only 10 machines, bro.
You know, I've got a theory as to what goes into that stuff.
It's a debt you can take. It's a $50,000 debt for machines. Then you just need the block to drop it in, the ingredients you need. As soon as you got the ingredients and you dropped in the block, they're not going to charge you electricity until you start operating. And they'll flux rent you out on that shit. Put the new healthy shit back on the label and cut that crap out of it. Aloe vera is better than anything to cure anything in your system. It's a fish plant. It's from the water. It's a derivative of fucking sea kelp.
Aloe vera is?
Aloe vera is fucking seaweed. It's
It's
aloe
sea
vera
kelp.
is
It's-
strong it's so
Aloe
strong.
vera
Did you
is-
not taste that the other day? Don't you remember when we were at? Do you remember we were at Wara Sushi? Do you remember when we were at Wara Sushi?
No.
We went to Wara Sushi,
Aloe
bro.
vera
We did, man.
is more of a, succulent plant.
Yeah, it is. It is a
It's a
succulent.
water form.
Surely it is.
Yeah,
I thought it was a
water form. It's a water form.
a water form.
We had like
Well,
5 of them. They
you know,
stole them.
It's full of water.
Big
Well,
one.
yeah, it's very
Great.
moist. That's for sure.
You can cut if you're out in the desert and you cut that shit. That get in your mouth. You don't burn your lips.
Settle down, you're yelling at us.
I can't hear. I don't know headphones.
Put your fucking headphones on.
All right. So
Hi.
yeah,
Hi,
it's not it's not live now, but it's
Oh.
it will go up on Monday.
Yeah,
Monday's Monday's the day that we post
So,
it.
so
So you
are you
on-
taping it today?
Yeah, and on Monday you'll become famous.
Yeah, cool. That's why I
Fucking
put
check
glasses
glasses.
on. Hey?
Elton John. Dane the glasses.
Yeah, no.
Elton John,
They're Dane Endless, and then Elton John took them off Dane Endless.
Dane
When they
Edna.
had a bang.
Really?
They fucked each
I
other.
don't know. I reckon they're okay.
Hey, who cares, man? You
I
guys-
They're pretty
can
cool.
wear
They're
them.
pretty
Dude,
decent.
no, if I was ever to have sex with any male, it has to be Elton John. It
Yeah,
has to be.
yeah.
Elton
I don't
John.
want to hear about who.
Yeah. If I was ever gonna do that.
Elton John.
Yeah. Don't you get it? Slim Shady.
Slim Shady.
I said it right there. Like, listen to Slim Shady.
Well,
No, I
Elton
don't
John's
know.
got nothing to do
D12,
with Slim
D12,
Shady.
D12, D12.
D12.
Yeah, D12.
What, you're
Elton
saying it like
John's got nothing to
D12.
do
Eminem
with
Listen, no,
and
listen to
Elton John.
Eminem sing about Elton John and in D12. Chuck it on, we'll chuck it on, play it.
We can't. I can't play
Yeah, but it's
anything.
got nothing to do with Slim Shady.
It has, because he goes upstairs wrestling with Elton John. Where's
He-
Shady? Upstairs wrestling with Elton John. No.
Yeah, Eminem says
Yeah,
that.
it's Slim Shady. When he turned into a
I
psychopath, that
thought
was
you
Marshall
meant
Mathers.
Elton John.
Yeah, Marshall Mathers was the alternate ego.
I gotta fucking text
Yeah.
Kenny.
Fuck yeah, you go and like power down this shit now.
All right. Okay. So, what's on the agenda?
Well, we've got a problem at the moment with our financial capabilities of the Australian government. Like, dude, if we get some hits
Oh
on
yeah,
this
let's
shit,
talk about the government.
We're gonna pay tax.
Talk about what? The
We're
government.
Yeah, he
gonna
wants
pay,
to talk about the
sirloin tax to electrical companies to build these generators for houses.
What sort of tax?
They give you independent capability. At the same time, we'll hide who you are. You don't have to lodge on with any government agency but the driver's license department. You don't have to give your address because your house is always changing.
What about
When you
Ergon?
leave the house in the daytime, you have another day house that you go to after that. And it gets cleaned over a 7-day period where it heats up everything in the house and cleans everything in the house. And then cleans out that. It looks like a jail cell, but it ain't a jail cell because everything pops out by a button. And the best thing now is, if it looks like a jail cell, no one's going to come breaking it. Just put in a sign, private jail. And
Private jail?
No one can say anything then. As soon as you say you build a private jail, they ask you, do you have police officers that come in there? Do you have security guards? You have to have the best of the best. But at the same time, it'll be PR related. Like, fuck mate, we need more jails, yes we do, but we don't
Well,
need
let's
the
open up a
methodology.
jail then, Pete.
We already did, man.
No, I mean you and me. We'll call
do
it.
that.
We'll call it the jail of.
No, man, I don't know, like, having a jail.
People can just
hang.
hang out there and smoke cones and
Yeah, man, that's it. That's something where I do
just
agree on.
have a good time. Just
the marijuana, medicinal,
Just
should be
chill
given
out and-
only to patients that have blood disorders and can't take alcohol or drinks like what I drink.
an IBS.
As it goes on, look, I just did that perfect. Anyway,
The
like,
first time I ever got locked up, I was at a hotel in Adelaide City Central, and my girlfriend said to me, hey, you know, Jazz, check out this cunt at the bar, he's selling heroin. So I went up to the bar and stood next to this chappie, pretending I was waiting for the barmaid to get a drink, you know. And waiting, you know, and so the next thing this guy sort of says hello and that, which that's what I was waiting for. And so, within a very short period, I agreed to go back to his flat with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know, and so I went back to this guy's flat, and he was,
Were you worried? How old were you? Did you say?
I would have been 21 or 22.
Oh, so
21,
you weren't
I
too
think.
nervous for it.
And he was like over 40.
Oh,
have a time.
So I'm thinking he's a sleaze bag, you know? So
Oh, Mr.
anyhow,
Mitchell, the man.
I went back to his flat with him, and when we went inside, you know, I said, oh, can I make us a drink? And he said, yeah, there's, you know, scotch and coke just there in the kitchen. So I went in the kitchen and crushed up all of these fucking, you know, tablets.
you did that.
Yeah.
Throat cleaner.
And
I'll have back in a minute.
so I crushed them up,
Don't cut off, just keep going.
put him in his drink, you know.
You just liked his drink.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, right.
right.
Were they your pills that you crushed up,
Yeah,
or they were
of
someone?
course.
Yeah, right. Okay.
You know, he just wanted to get laid, and I thought he was a sleaze motherfucker bag.
But why did you want to go back? You wanted to
Because
get
he
on.
had heroin, Rowan, keep up with the story.
you know, but
So, I go back to this guy's flat, and you know, and this is so long ago, they hadn't even heard of date rape and, you know, spiking
Really?
drinks back in this day. But I learnt these tricks overseas, you know.
I presumed it was like quite an old, you know, tradition.
Well, you know, kind of is, but it wasn't publicised
Yeah,
much.
yeah. People weren't worried about it.
Yeah. So the next thing, this idiot, is unconscious on the lounging floor. You know. And so I went through his pockets, and I got $6,000 cash, which was a lot of money then.
Fuck.
Yeah.
He just kept it in a wad in his pocket.
Yeah.
$6,000.
And 10 weights of heroin.
10 what?
Weights, grams
Grams.
of heroin. And then I stole the gold jewelry,
Oh, yeah.
because he had, big chunky rings on and that. I had with
You
my
just took
ma-
them off.
with my mouth. 'Cause I suppose he put weight on since he bought them, you know.
Fuck.
And shit. So I'm walking out the door, right? This cunt's still unconscious. And I'm walking out the door, and I just noticed a set of keys by the door. So I'm like, oh yes, I'll be having them. I need a getaway vehicle. And when I get downstairs, it's a GT shaker.
A shaker?
Yeah.
I can't say I know what that is.
Well, it's a fucking muscle car from hell. Like,
Holy shit.
I'd never driven one prior or since. You know, it was a one-off, muscle car from hell. And so, that'll do for my getaway car. So I jumped in that with my $6,000 cash and my 10 weights of heroin and my jewelry. Jumped in the fucking shaker, and I was off. And anyhow, I then went and picked up, the guy that I was rooting at the time, the so-called boyfriend, whatever. And there was another couple as well. So all four of us took off for a holiday because, well, we were cashed up and drugged up and had
That's
transport.
incredible. That's
so
incredible.
we're off, right? So we went up the Riverlands for 16 days.
Well, this incident, was this in your hometown?
Yeah, Adelaide.
But, like, it was close to where you... No, I'm not worried.
No, read it. Don't say it, just read it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you weren't worried about this guy?
Well, yeah, wait.
Okay, all right. I'll finish the story.
Yeah, because I only seen him at, I just got told that guy's dealing smack.
Yeah.
And I didn't know anything about him, and my girlfriend didn't say anything about him. And to me, he was just a sleazebag old cunt that was going to rip off young girls that were, doing it tough on Struggle Street with a drug addiction. I thought he was just an arsehole. So anyhow, I thought he deserved what he got. But 16 days later, I had run out of money and drugs. So I drove the GT Shaker back to Adelaide so I could sell the gold jewelry, get some cash, and buy more drugs. So anyhow, when I get back to Adelaide, I went straight around this girl's house, and asked her to ring, the man and get him to bring some smack over. And she told me she had, and we were waiting for him to arrive, the drug dealer guy.
Wait.
But no, he didn't arrive. 3 of them, the guy I ripped off and 2 more. And it turned out that this guy was the treasurer of a bike club called the Warlords at the time. That's what they were called. And he was the treasurer. So I didn't just rip off some random 40-year-old. I ripped off the entire club's booty. Because he's a treasurer and he had the money and the drugs that belonged to the club. And so these 2 bikies and this guy, all 3 of them turn up, and my girlfriends. And now I'm back in the GT Shaker, but now I'm in the back seat with 2 men, one each side, and they're like 6'2" or whatever, bikies with dirty denim jeans and steel cap boots, whatever. Anyhow, so we drive up to the Adelaide Hills, and the idiots made me dig my grave, literally. They were spewing that this, 21-year-old, you're in front of the...
Yeah, we'll grab that off the table. You all right? Do you want me to have your seat?
My audience needs to see me, Lisa. I've got an audience, Lisa.
You don't want to sit? All right.
I've got an audience happening.
So they made you dig it?
So, I've got these 3 bikies. They slapped me around a bit, not too much, and then made me dig my grave, literally. And because I had been up in the Riverlands and come back to town to score, by this stage I was in withdrawals. So I'm kind of like, come on, fucking get on with it. You know, I've dug for 20 or 30 minutes. That's enough. Get on with it, you fuckwits, right? And this is absolutely...
Need a bitch?
Gospel true,
I know 4,000
right?
on Australia that comes
I
on the door any day
I
of the
can
week.
prove this shit. This is gospel and I can prove it. It's in black.
4,000. Serious.
So then
4,000. Take
they, when I said,
that
come
bump,
on,
you paid that bump.
get on with it, they ended up putting me back in the car again and drove me to the Glenelg police station, and one under each armpit like that. One bikie each side of me, had me under the armpit, so my feet couldn't even touch the ground. And the guy I ripped off, he was carrying my handbag. And the 4 of us took me into the Glenelg police station and plonked me down at the desk with the sergeant there. Yeah. And then this guy plonks down my handbag on the counter and he says, I reported a robbery with violence, home invasion, 16 days ago. This is the perp. I'm like, fuck off. This is before we even had CSI.
Yeah.
Like, what a fucking jerk. Right? Who fucking says that? True. Like, the FBI, you fuckwit. Anyhow, obviously I have no respect for bikies. I've always ridden bikes, but no respect for club members. So then, this sergeant guy is the other side of the counter, and he's looking at the 4 of us, and there's these 3... 2 of them were very big men, and the guy I ripped off as well, and then me, and I was a 21-year-old junkie. My arms and legs were like that, and I just had on like a summer dress, So when they plonked me down and that, the Sarge looks at the 4 of us. He heard what this cunt said about me being the perpetrator. But he looks at the 4 of us and he says to me, love, have you been brought in here under duress?
$25.
Do you want me to do this or not?
That's advertising.
Do you want me to do this or not? Because I'll stop now.
I'm just making
Let her finish, Pete.
Go.
So Sergeant says, hey love, have you been brought in here under duress? I didn't know what duress meant. What the fuck's that mean? And I'm pretty sure he could tell by my face that I didn't understand him. So he elaborates and says, because if you've been brought in here against your will, then these men would actually be in more trouble than you are, love. For false imprisonment, kidnapping, deprivation of liberty, whatever. And I'm like, okay, I think I have, Sarge. I'm not going to lay charges, but I'll just be getting my handbag and go, So I pick up my handbag, and the guy I ripped off, he goes, Sergeant, This woman's wanted on unrelated charges, first instant warrants out on unrelated charges. If you don't do a warrant check, we'll have your job come Monday. Yeah. So, are we still on?
No, just remember, just wait. We're still on. It's still loading. You can see the loading switch on the mail.
We're still recording audio.
Yeah.
Okay. So, with that, the Sarge is like, Lovey, what's your name? So I had to tell him my name. Have you got any warrants? Who, me? No. Of course I did have, you know, so I got locked up.
Yeah.
And, they charged me with attempt manslaughter and robbery with violence. So I did fucking 2 years in jail. And then these two detectives, this day, it was like a Tuesday or a Thursday or something. And the visits only happen on Saturday, Sundays. And they yell out my name on the big speaker, you know, to visits, to visits.
Yeah.
And so I go like, what the fuck? You know, so I go up to the visit centre and there's these two detectives there, and this idiot had gone dibber-dobber on his brothers, the so-called other patch members. He'd gone dibber-dobber and the police can't find him. They don't know if he's pushing up daisies or he's gone home to Europe or what the fuck. And because I'd never spoken about it, I'd never made a statement, I'd never admitted to anything, their only witness, gone. I got out that day. The police come up and said, you're out.
How long were you in there for?
2 years on remand.
And you just left?
And then I packed my cell up and I was out. Yeah. Because this guy just wasn't, you know, there. So they didn't have their only witness. Yeah.
But hang on, how could you have been there for 2 years?
Quite easily. Why?
I don't know much about the process. So you were kept there for 2 years.
On
pending-
remand.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. Fuck.
It was pretty
That
serious.
is a long time.
Charges for at the time, because we're talking like a late 80s, I think, or early 90s at the most. Yeah. Yeah, probably early 90s.
Wow.
So it was hardcore.
And no one else you never heard from anyone else? I guess no one else is going to care.
Oh, I got bashed up over and over by the chicks in jail.
No, I mean after you got out by those guys. I guess after 2 years, that's...
Well, the
What
person
under the
that I robbed went dibber-dobber,
Yeah.
you know. So
Yeah.
in the end, I was the fucking cool one. Why aren't we
The video's not
surprised?
recording, Pete.
Is it?
Nah.
Fuck, I'm showing shit like this too, yeah? That
Good
sucks,
thing.
You wouldn't be able
man!
to see
That
it.
sucks! I was like doing for like whole
Nah.
10 minutes too!
Nah.
Fucking hell! Oh man! If
Nah.
you saw the tape, you're like, what the fuck? And you start laughing like no tomorrow.
I like that story. That's a good...
That was a good story,
Is that a good
too.
one?
Yeah.
I wasn't listening.
That's wild.
And like all of this shit,
But I mean, like, once you got
Is-
out, you weren't looking over your shoulder.
It's not down here.
I guess they're not going to do anything without that guy. But you did say that he was the treasurer of all of them. You ripped off...
yeah, of a
But-
bike club
Yeah.
that was
Okay.
basically
That's not
like,
But I mean, you know, even...
That's even...
yeah,
Even that amount is
you
probably
can't
not much to them.
fucking say the president's name because it's like saying God's name in vain, and all their mother fucked up ideas and ideologies and their rules, you know. But I don't abide by their fucking. I don't go to clubhouses on a Saturday night to go in fucking wet t-shirt comps. You know, I'm not. You know, like when my daughter was 3, I hockey strapped her to me and rode my Triumph Bonneville 750 from Adelaide to Hervey Bay with a 3-year-old hockey strapped.
That's a long...
A fucking long way, Rowan. to ride a 750 Bonnie, right? Kickstart. It was like fucking an old bike, you know, and you'd have to kickstart. There was
What was the reason for the trip?
Because I enjoyed being a gypsy. I liked it. But, you know, done in stages, you know, where, like, you know, I'd stop in Grafton for 2 weeks and Mullumbimby for a week and Nimbin. Of course you stop in Nimbin.
Of course you got to stop in Nimbin.
Of course.
Can't not
you know.
stop in Nimbin. Heard it's not the same anymore.
The last time I was there, right? I got pulled. There's no point talking.
Hey.
That's funny. That's funny. It was. When you're still being funny. I was just had to play Jimmy the Junkie.
The last time I was there wasn't very long ago at all, and I had a little convertible, like Audi convertible that I bought through whoring. And I was driving to Adelaide for Christmas. So, you know, like I've lived in Lismore quite a few times, you know, and I know Mick Gatto's family, you know, in Nimbin and shit like that. So anyhow, I stopped it was a Monday morning, and I stopped at the Commonwealth Bank to use the ATM because I was buying this guy's takeaway methadone, right?
Yeah.
So it's 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
We're about to go to the chemist to pick up his takeaways, but I had to pick up the cash to pay for him. So we stopped to pick up the cash. The next thing, a squad car pulls up behind my car, run the plates. The next thing, there's like 4 cop cars, you know, maybe one D car and the other squad cars. Anyhow, they was trying to fucking act like I was Abe Saffron, the idiots, or
I don't know.
Pablo Escobar.
Oh.
They were trying to act like that. Anyhow, they locked me up on a 19-year-old charge.
Really?
Yes. Yep. 19 years earlier.
Can they do that?
Yes, they can. Yes, you don't know the law, obviously.
No, I don't.
If,
I don't.
If like the only things that don't have a, you know, what's it called?
I thought that.
You know, duration of
What's that
time.
statute of limitation?
Yeah, there you go. There's the word. Okay, so that applies, except in things like rape and murder and molestation. Okay, but the thing is, right, I got done for possession of stolen goods, right? A guy did a burglary, hid all the booty in my home. The police caught the booty in my home. I went to jail, right, in Sydney.
Yeah.
I was living
for that
up,
reason.
I was living up King's Cross, and
Yeah.
I was working. I was a
Yeah.
working girl. I was living in King's Cross. So a junkie guy hid the booty at my place. I get caught with it. He gets caught as well. Like we're both there. So we both go off to the cells, all of that sort of stuff. Then we land, I landed in the big house in the women's prison, right? But I got bailed to a Catholic halfway house where there were sisters.
Oh, yeah.
And there was rules. You know, you had to be in by 7
But
at
still-
night.
still
and, you know, all this.
more freedom.
But I got bailed to this place. Well, I took off and went back to Adelaide, see?
Oh, okay. So you
Then, in the next 20 years, sure, lots of times, you know, from Adelaide to Townsville, from Townsville to Adelaide, but like most of the time I fly, you know. I had forgotten about this altogether. I had no recollection. Like, once they told me what it's for and that, of course I remembered then. But I wasn't there thinking, oh, shit, there's a squad car. I've got a 20-year-old warrant. Well, 19 years ago warrant.
Wow.
What a fucking joke. Yeah. When I got to the fucking jail...
So in that 20 years, you hadn't really been in New South Wales much, or you just hadn't been picked up, or?
I'd been in New South, a couple of times, but only for a few weeks here and a few weeks there. And I hadn't, done anything wrong to warrant,
Being hassled by the cops.
Yeah. And I had forgotten about this. See, the statute of
limitation
would have been up on if it was that I stole something 19 years ago, or I was in possession of stolen goods.
But
the thing was, I jumped bail.
Okay.
You see?
Yeah, right. Okay. So there is some. Yeah.
And that's where the warrant doesn't, because I jumped bail.
I can't turn it on. It won't work.
We're gonna use mine.
Nah, it's too much of a hassle.
Seriously, you've got to record this shit. It's so funny. It has to be done by camera.
No, we're talking.
No, but what she's saying, like, if you saw
But we
what I
are
was
recording.
doing,
It's recording.
I'm trying to interrupt that, but like, if you saw what I was doing, they would be laughing their head off when she gets the shit
It's not that funny.
No, because like,
when I
I
got to
think it's too hard to listen to two people.
When I got to jail, Rowan, I kid you not, these women had, they were filthy on me. The prisoners I went to to Grafton jail at first, and so there was only one cell for women and then about 20 for men. So you can hear them in the night. Full on, mate, fucking each other, in the next cell and all this carry on. Oh, it's a fucking nightmare.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah,
the prison guards are like, yeah, get
with
into
all
that.
these
5 minutes
Aboriginal
later, the next one, get into that one.
Really?
Oh yeah, mate, it's fucking all night long.
It's sex, man. It's
like unbelievable.
And the men's jail, it's even worse because they say you spend the night.
It was the men's jail.
And if they don't, they call you a bitch.
A transition
and then 15 of them
jail.
try to rape
really?
So you just get held there for a few days, a week, maybe 2 at the most, type thing. Why the screws and the counsellors or whoever it is decide which prison you will go to next. Like if you were in for murder, you'll go to a supermax in Sydney, CBD, so to speak. But I was in there on a 19-year-old charge, but I'm on bail, so I'm still high security because I haven't been sentenced, I'm on bail. Still the same bail that I absconded on 19 years ago. So when I get to the prison, these women, because I'm 54 or something, they said, nah, fucking 50-year-old cunts don't get locked up for something 19 years ago. Stealing a fucking rug and a teacup 19 fucking years ago.
So what did they do? Or they just were...
Oh, you got no idea, mate. You got no fucking idea. One day, I'm standing on the grass, and there would have been 4 or 5 of them, and they worked on the chain gang, which means in jail, if you work on the chain gang, that means you mow lawns and you look after the outer grounds. So they're allowed to wear steel caps and long pants and shit. Me, I've got on some piss weak fucking denim mini skirt and t-shirt. So there was 4 or 5 of them anyhow, standing around me, and they went and got petrol out of the fucking garage that they use on the mowers and splashed me with petrol, and they were lighting up redhead matches and flicking them at me.
I don't understand.
I was that petrified. I was fucking just beside myself.
I don't understand why they were...
Because I was a 50-plus-year-old woman.
But why is that cause for them to...
Because it's get fucked. No one gets locked up for something 19 fucking years ago.
Yeah, but why do they take it out on you? Like, why? I don't get that.
Because they didn't believe me. I'm lying.
Oh, right, okay.
So I must be in for something I can't tell the truth about.
Yeah.
So it's child pedophilia.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Yep.
This sort of shit would happen a lot.
You got no idea. I did 4 months because I was going, like I told you, I was going home for Christmas, right? So anyhow, first up, I had to wait for Christmas Day, Boxing Day and bullshit holidays. So nothing can happen while that's all happening. And then, because I was in Lismore, a tiny country town, the judges do what's called a circuit. So there's no judge that's there at the courthouse. You've got to wait for the judges to do, you know, Graft and Coffs Harbour and fucking Marlon. You know, they do a circuit.
Yeah, they go around.
Right? 4 fucking months. I had to wait for the cunts, right?
Really?
Yeah. As soon as the judge seen me and heard the, you know, DPP read out what's going on, he was like, what is this woman doing in jail? What's going on? Let this woman go. What the hell? You know, he was like that, you know. But yeah, 4 months and I got bashed. And I couldn't, it brings me to tears thinking about it. It was absolutely
Horrible.
scary as.
I'm
You
so
got
happy
no
you
idea.
said that. So by saying that, I guess it says to the legal department that something has to happen.
Wow.
It has to be reinvestigated whether it's continuing at the same time, and if it is, the compensation payment should become relevant.
I don't even know anything of what he just said.
He said that they should investigate it and you should get compensation.
What for?
For stress.
I was wrong in every
So
turn.
why do you get bashed all the time then?
Look, it's not, you know, because my father taught me, Ron,
From?
that
Even if you say
from a
something
very
not
young
taken, they have to do
age, my father taught me, he said, Joanne, you choose a side of the fence and you stick to it. You can't just jump the fucking fence because it, you know, you feel like
Because
it.
it's convenient now.
That's
Right,
right.
okay.
And I don't.
You're the
Like,
wrong, yeah.
when I got my car stolen, I went and made a poster and stuck it up at the chemist that sold Sudafed.
Oh,
Really?
I did. I got the car back in 24 hours.
you did?
Of course I fucking did.
You're lying
Fucking
there.
oath I did.
You're lying there. I'll tell you about it.
I made 50 posters and said
Yeah,
stolen,
you popped it. You
and
popped it, look.
you know the car's details and the registration plate number, and I had a little photo of the car, and then I said the guy's name, the speed freak that stole it.
Oh,
I wrote his name on the poster as well, and I said if either him or my car is seen, please ring Jazz.
yeah.
Yeah,
And you got it back.
And I put my mobile on there. 24 hours. Fucking oath I did. Yeah. But that's how Dad brought me up. You don't fucking, just because you got your car stolen or your house broken into or anything, you can't just ask for the police's help when you've been fucking them up the arse your whole life. You can't turn around and ask for their help because it suits you. You know, like you would if it was something serious, like some cunt, you know, shot my mother with a shotgun or something, you know, of course, or, you know, one of your children or something, but not for,
Yeah.
yeah,
If you can deal with it yourself, you do.
absolutely. And that's how it is. I would never fall over in Woolworths and then say I, you know, hurt my neck, and, you know, I just wouldn't do things like that, you know, and I wouldn't, I wouldn't I want to hold somebody else accountable for my mistakes and my bad choices, because that's what it is, you know.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh, absolutely.
I guess you could look at it that way.
Well, how do you look at it? Like I was victimised?
No, I don't think so.
No, nor do I. Absolutely not. You know? No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't victimised. I mean, I got beaten up and I got scared and I got my buy-up stolen and all those sorts of things. But
It just feels like the consequence isn't really fitting to the action, especially after 20 years. There could have been a consequence to you, but it shouldn't have
that's
been
why
you
nobody
being
believed it. Like, come on, mate.
Yeah.
You know, fuck off. This doesn't happen. But it does to me. You know.
We're running out of time on this one.
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
No, we'll cut this one now. We'll say goodbye and we'll do a retake in 5 minutes of a different one.
Retake.
Yeah, we'll do a retake of a
Okay,
different one.
right.
So like, yeah, this time don't complain. Tell a story.
Do you want to tell the listeners
pretend?
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
When you're there, just pretend to look forward. Don't look at what I'm doing. Just focus on what you're doing. Don't worry about me because this is all being on camera.
Okay.
This is gonna be funny, all right? Now you've got to
The
guess
camera's
what
not
I'm
rolling,
doing
Pete.
when
I
I'm
said
doing
we'll
it.
I've
do
got
one
to
take
tell
one.
you a couple of good stories.
Do you want some? Do you want some? This is
negative
fucking like
ones.
really,
Oh, okay.
really good shit.
Yeah.
Can we do it next
we've
week?
got to do it
No,
on
let's
another
just do it
day.
today, bro. Monday,
Yeah.
sort of look.
I'll tell you a couple of stories that you will enjoy.
Okay, all right.
I'll tell some stories.
So
And
don't
you
forget to
can sit
like
there
and
You can sit
subscribe.
there and do all the fucking funny bits that they're
Do
missing out
not,
on.
Peter, please. So, to all our listeners, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. What's it called?
Petey.
Petey. No, it's
talking shit.
think we're
Hey,
talking
look
shit.
up Petey his feet in line and just like that bitch that like took all my stuff and took my site.
You'll
That's
never
my
get-
site.
Okay.
She ain't my wife, she ain't my financial
So,
advisor. She can go fuck
To all
herself.
our listeners,
Yeah.
don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Think we're talking shit.
Yeah, we are
And
talking shit.
we'll
as
look
always.
forward to
Dude, if
seeing
you saw me
Next
right now, I'm doing a line.